we're on a beautiful yacht. The weather is great.
Where are we going today?
We are going to a small island today to do a little bit of a, I would call, social media detox, because I myself spend a lot of time on social media, on my phones, and more so because it ties into our topic today about dating apps. Dun, dun, dun. Which I have to say myself that I have never been on, but I know it's very common, and I know a lot of people are using it right now. Have you used it before?
No, I haven't, but I know a lot of people who have.
Same here, especially our very special guest today has a very personal experience about this too. But more so, I really wanted to dive into, why do people use dating apps? What is it? The convenience of it? Is it the secrecy of it? Not needing to kind of tell people right away who you are. You kind of get to form this identity online. How much of it is real and authentic, and how much of it is, just kind of pretending and making your way through? I'm sure, and I've heard a lot of girlfriends and guy friends who have told me like they've been tricked, they've been played. Some of them are the player, so I think it'll be quite fun to talk about this today.
For sure.
Yeah, and our guest is here today. Should we go find him? I'm excited. Let's go.
Hi, my name's Derek. Today's topic, I believe, is going to be on dating apps and using that to meet people, talk to people, things like that. Very excited. I think some people know, that's how I met my now wife. So very excited to get into this topic.
Hello!
Hello!
You're so smart to bring sunnies.
Hello!
Thanks
for inviting me.
Not at all. Thanks for being on the show. Okay, come on up. Yay! You're finally on this episode.
I'm just glad to be on this yacht.
I know, right? Isn't it lovely?
I'm gonna make it feel like it's mine. This is my yacht.
They said that
You're
I
welcome.
purposely put you in this episode so that you can be in a yacht. They're like, you're favoring your brother and not letting other guests.
I was already asking them, like, how long do we get the boat for, like the yacht for? Like,
Yeah.
can I just like suntan outside?
But hate to break it to you, we're gonna have another episode with an even bigger yacht.
What? It's okay as
But
long
we're
as I
not
get.
going to an island, which is kind of
Okay.
the cool part about this.
I suppose. I mean, I don't mind just being on the yacht all day,
Right.
drinking my champagne.
And
but,
chatting with me. But
it
no,
is early.
the reason why we're going to this island today is because I kind of wanted to call it like a little detox.
Oh.
Because what we're talking about today is obviously being on social media, using dating apps, and I feel like I personally spend so much time on my
Right.
phone.
Right.
But given that, I've never been on a dating app. Like I spend it on like other social media.
Never thought about that. That's, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
but-
I mean, I didn't get into it like, I mean, obviously I heard about it and all that kind of stuff, especially Tinder coming from Canada over.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was just never something I thought I would explore, because it's always drilled into us like, oh, you're gonna meet some, suspicious people on there. They're gonna cheat you of your money. Hate to break it to them, I'm broke.
Cheat you off the date?
No, but like,
you
I
just
mean,
don't-
I don't mind paying for the date, but
Yeah.
it's just like, when somebody dates you and they think you have money and you're like, no, like,
Is it
reality check.
expected though for the guy to pay for the first date if you meet like via dating apps?
I think so. I think so. I don't think there's like a hard set rule.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think like it's a gentleman thing to do, and
Yeah.
it really depends how the date goes. Like if it was a really bad date, like would I be cheap enough to say like let's AA? Yeah, I might. Just be like let's just call it
And
a break here.
then so then she gets a clear idea like this is
Oh
obviously
no, it's not going
working out.
anywhere. Yeah,
It's
it's
not
not.
even paying for my meal.
Yeah.
No, but do you think that people are on apps nowadays? Obviously the pandemic in
Yes.
these last 2 years, but it's obviously been around for like way longer
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
So why is this a trend? Like why are people refusing to meet in person, meet at the library, meet at school, meet at work?
I think it just cuts the awkward tension of meeting somebody face to face.
Oh.
Like in a sense, I think because by the way you chat online, things like that, you can kind of already get a sense of their personality, interests, hobbies, things like that. Of course, if your agenda is
very different,
Yeah.
right? Like you just want to meet straight up, let's go for drinks. And it's very obviously where you're taking it, right? Like, hey, let's meet up for a coffee versus, hey, let's meet up for a drink.
Yeah.
You know, on a Wednesday versus a Saturday or Friday, whatever it might be.
Wow.
It gives off different messages,
There's
right?
like an algorithm there.
No, I mean, it's a game. I think it really is. And I think some people play it very well.
But no, I think that you're right. But how much of that, like, getting to know people online is real though? Because I feel like a lot of people are different from how they are online, how
Right.
they speak online, and then
Yeah.
how they are in person. Like,
Yeah.
you could be, okay, you're obviously very social,
Thank
but
you.
maybe you like pull it back a little bit, right? With
I
them.
definitely tried different approaches to different people just to kind of the way they respond, and then I'm trying to match it. I think there is a text game.
But then is that still you being you if you're trying different approaches?
I mean, it depends, right? Like, am I still joking the same way I joke? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I cut it off pretty quick when they don't get my first joke.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, now we gotta disconnect.
Sidebar, Derek is very not okay with people not understanding his humor.
No,
like, he
I
needs
just-
people to be like, I am a funny
Right,
guy.
right. I don't mind explaining and then you
Yeah.
laughing afterwards,
Yeah.
but like, I want it to be genuine.
And then what is like your first, like when you look at a profile and you're swiping right, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
when do you say yes and when do you say no?
I mean, it's all just physical attraction, right? Like maybe yes,
Do you
how
not
nice
look
the
at all their
picture.
things they say on the side, like
I
what
realize
their
it does
interests and
matter.
hobbies are?
When I read the blurb, it doesn't say everything, right? Like
Okay, so it's just about like how they look.
initially, and then maybe like after we connect, then we'll get to know each other.
But how authentic do you think you are on your profile?
I want the picture to say something. Like I would have one picture of me like doing exercise, for example, but not like those like gym boy.
Shirtless,
Yeah, none of that.
oiled up.
No, I don't even know if they're oiled up or not. But it's just like when they show like their six-pack abs, it's like yeah, maybe some people would go for it.
Yeah.
But I just feel it's kind of
Not maybe, I
douchebag.
think a lot, right?
A lot.
Because like you said, like a lot of these are all based on your physical appearance.
I was still on the innocent period. I think
Yeah.
Tinder still had that very. There was still a lot of people out there trying to find a partner, and
Yeah.
it didn't have that connotation of if we meet up, we have to have sex, or
Okay, yeah,
that kind of area to it.
Yeah.
And I think there was still a bit of that innocence. And then it just went like 2 years after I
Yeah.
used it, and I hear other people using it, and they're like, oh no, it's just
It's
that's
gone, like,
that's why they go to the
haywire.
other apps, you know,
There are
Bumble,
a lot,
Coffee
yeah.
Meets Bagel. These are the other ones that I
Yeah.
kind of hear more about. Yeah.
It seems more like people who want genuine relationships. Whereas when you
Yeah.
hear Tinder, people are like, oh, I know why you're on
It's, oh,
there."
you're on Tinder.
It gets a
exactly.
bad rap.
I think the beauty of text is you can have a bit of time to think.
Yeah.
Like you can be witty on your own terms, on your own time.
Yeah.
Right? And then everybody has their own way of texting.
The thing with dating apps I want to ask is like
Yeah.
you don't know how many people have like swiped away from your profile, right?
I don't, no. So
Okay.
when you match, you match.
Yeah.
But like you don't know
So
how
there's
many
like a
people
like,
have
there's
kind
no
of.
dislike button kind of thing. Like at least you cannot see.
Yeah, you can't see it's like,
Okay.
oh, this person rejected you. That'd be a pretty sad app.
What if there was
It's like,
just,
what if like your ratio is like 10-1 rejections, you know what I mean? Like you'd feel pretty shitty about
Hopefully it
yourself.
is for everyone. though.
No, you'd be surprised. I mean, some people are like instants.
Okay, we have some. You want me to do some memory lane questions? We have some memory lane just to
Okay.
go back, okay, when you were still on this dating app.
Okay.
If you were to plan the perfect first date with someone you just met online,
Right.
where would it be and what would you do?
Where would it be? I mean, what's the intention behind it? Is it like
What's
to get
your
to know them?
intention behind it?
I mean, it depends on the
I mean,
time.
if you get a yacht, I'd be like, woo,
Nah, it's
going
just,
all out.
no, that'd be way too douchebag. It's just like, hey, come on my yacht. You know what I mean? You're giving too much of an expectation. You want to work up to that. It's like
Maybe
you don't want to
some
take them to a
girls like it.
You start at a 5-star restaurant. There's only downhill from there, and then their expectations are gonna get blown.
This is
you
why
know?
most men are douchebags. Because
No.
I'm like, let's just give her very little.
I mean,
so
I
that she
would
doesn't have
McDonald it. I would
expectations.
McDonald it if that was a possible choice. You
Oh,
know?
McDonald's could work
cooked meals.
if, like, you know.
I think it gives a very. I think if a girl is okay with McDonald's,
and
though.
you split the bill. That
Wait,
would
wait.
be
Are you gonna get a meal with that though? Like,
worst date ever.
I don't know. I'd call them out for like their choice of drinks. Like, really, Sprite? You know, not Coke. Okay,
Stop.
just
Where would
six.
you go?
Oh,
Okay. Where would you go?
Where would I go? I think it would be like a moderately decent restaurant. I think not like candlelight or that type of dinner.
What about doing an activity together?
Activity
Like
together.
going bowling or something?
I think so. I think that's great to just get to know each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to sit down on the first date because then you can really have a conversation. Whereas when you're in an activity, you're more focused on the activity rather than like. And what if they're not the physical type, but they say yes because they want to cater to you, kind of thing? Like I don't know. So I think like a sit down dinner would be quite nice. And then like
Like
how
no
that
one can
evening.
say no to food, right?
yeah, like you're gonna have to eat at some point. I hope. You know, if you're not eating, then we're like, see, there are all these signs. It's like, oh, you don't want to eat at a meat restaurant because you're a vegan. It's like, oh, no go. Like, I can't.
You can't
cancel
you can't
date.
compromise.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
You're a pretty big foodie.
Yeah, no, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like especially if you're looking for a long-term relationship. I think the longer the date goes, the more you get a good feel for it, right? Like if that girl's like, oh, sorry, I got to meet my friends, and you're like, oh, she's not prioritizing me.
Or maybe she just has another Tinder date
Exactly.
at night.
No, I've definitely heard people have like back-to-back Tinder dates.
Yeah, maybe even 3 days,
Yeah.
like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I mean, that'd be pretty extreme. They'd be having a
Capitalizing
tiring
on that
day.
time.
Also,
Might be
why
like
are they
a
not
pilot
working?
or something.
Oh, okay. So they're just trying to maximize their like
Their
landing.
time here, yeah.
Gotcha,
They're 2 days.
I mean,
in
if you
Hong
think
Kong.
like that, sure.
Now we are actually almost at the island.
Nice.
I'm not gonna butcher the name, so we're just gonna let that go. But yeah, let's go and explore the island a little bit. All right, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so as you can see, the weather can be very unpredictable.
Yes.
Started raining a lot, but it's okay.
Still lovely.
It's still, I mean, that's what nature is about, right?
Absolutely.
So we're good. Anyway, back to our topic about the dating apps. So we went, I guess, quite personal already about your experiences, but I really want to see this on a bigger scale first.
Yeah.
Like, as much as we have acknowledged that it's very popular,
Right.
a lot of people are using it, do you think in the future, do you foresee that this will maybe take over face-to-face interactions?
You make it sound like I'm an expert in this
What
subject.
do you think about this, Derek?
Let me have a real scientific
Based
think
on
about
all
it. No, I think like people have adapted to it, right? Like
Yeah.
it makes more sense to use that on top of every other method you use to meet people. There's no right or wrong way.
Like, I mean, if you are on the
Yeah.
app, but you end up going out and meeting someone,
Right.
you would still be all right with that,
I think
right?
it's just like one more way for you to meet new people.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not limiting yourself. And I think one great thing is when you travel. Because you don't know, maybe you don't know anyone. Like a lot of people use that to like, hey, you're a local here.
Meet new people.
Do you want to like bring me
Yeah,
around,
yeah,
bring me
yeah.
to like a bar or something?
Yeah.
Like anything like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
and then the locals would know best what's good.
Right.
So I think even into travel and whatnot, like there's definitely a reason to continue using the app, right? I think a lot of people think, oh, you gotta find love or you gotta find sex basically
Yeah.
from this, but it doesn't have to be that way, right?
Okay, but because everything I'm hearing mostly is like pros, and I'm
Right.
just gonna play like devil's advocate.
Right.
Would you say that at the same time that being on this app makes people kind of lose their identity?
Lose their identity.
Because they start forming this new personality and they start becoming this other person that they might not be, like you said. And like
Right.
maybe because of that in the future, people rely on it so much that they don't know how to communicate with people face to face.
I don't, because at the end of the day, you're gonna meet face to face. Like, what's the point of using the app if you're just, I mean, if you just wanna
What
have
if it's
some.
for like a one-night stand though? Like then you can still get your.
Well, then in one night stands, do you
attention.
really care about your identity? Like, you're just there for a one night stand.
Would it affect you? I guess I'm asking it's like to find real love if you're so reliant on that. Like, do you think people are starting to rely on it too much?
I think it's definitely become more of a staple in how people find a partner. I don't think that it's just gonna somehow be the only medium or the majority of the time.
Okay.
I think like some people still like to meet, and some people don't use apps in general, right? Like they just don't like using that, or maybe they're suspicious, or maybe they've heard something, so they would still rather
It could be dangerous too.
It could be
in some
introduced
ways.
and stuff like that, right? Like
Yeah.
people could still introduce you to people and or meet friends of friends, things like
Yeah.
that. So I don't. I think it's just another method. I don't think it's good or bad.
But given this, like opening up this topic,
Yeah.
like I don't know if you've watched Tinder Swindler.
Yes.
Like that's the other thing we have to address.
Yeah.
Like, right, people are using it as their own way to trick people maybe into their
Yeah.
money, like relationships. I mean, there's also like I think that is
Right.
what people are like viewing, at least the majority of people I know
Yeah.
view dating apps to be. Like, yes, it could be true, and I do know a lot of like very good examples as well. But
Yeah.
like, do you think that these apps should have regulations at least, like, so that people don't get?
I'm sure they're already deleting fake profiles or people that are posing businesses that are basically illegal, things
Yeah.
like that. I don't know how well they monitor that though.
Yeah.
I think it gets a bad rep because yes, stranger danger, but you can meet these strangers anywhere. It just so happened that that person was on Tinder or whatever the app might be.
Yeah.
Like they could have easily been somebody you met online, just
walking.
randomly, or just walking. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I don't personally think that that app wants these kind of people on there, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll try to regulate it, but I
So
still
with
believe
caution, right?
with
As
caution,
long
just like
as
with any
you're-
strangers you meet, which is why I think the fact that you can text them is actually good. Like you don't
Yeah.
actually have to meet up if you don't feel comfortable.
Can we talk a bit about your personal relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you said, was your wife now the time when you were coming off from a girlfriend and then
Yes.
you were going on this app? So you've only used one app.
I've only used one app because back then I wasn't introduced to the other ones.
Okay.
Bumble or whatever it might be.
So it's Tinder.
So it was just Tinder, and they were like, hey, you know what, to get over your ex or whatnot, like just to meet some new people, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm guilty or not guilty, I guess. The fact is it is probably a rebound in my mind. And so I didn't go in thinking like I'm gonna have a long-term relationship from this.
I'm gonna
Just
find
meet
my
people.
wife on this.
Yeah, no, I mean the best story is like
Says nobody
says
ever
no-
on Tinder.
I don't think you go on and have that mindset for sure.
Yeah. How long did you guys like communicate for before you came out on a date?
I think it was like a good week or two. And one thing I appreciate is when somebody replies right away. I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh, you can't be too eager.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
You gotta wait for them
text
to
them.
text
It's like, oh,
first.
then you're desperate, you know, and things like that. And
But
I
you were
was
both like equally like responsive.
yeah, I think it was just during winter, so she was having a bit of a break at work. And then I was also having like also kind of like there wasn't a lot of things going on back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
So then we would just text till like 2 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, and we would text, and then it was just like, it just made sense to ask her to come out.
And then when
Yeah.
did you know that like she's the one?
It was actually after the first date.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sweet.
No, I would say like it's sweet now that I'm talking about it and we're married, but honestly a lot of people thought I was crazy.
Because
then
you
it's
only went
exclusive.
on one date. That's why you're saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
It was very soon.
It's naive in some people's mind. Like
I was
they were
gonna
like,
compliment you for that, but now
I'm complimenting myself because it worked out. Like what if it didn't? You know, that it's like, oh, I should have kept my options open 3 years,
well,
4
it's
years,
a good
5 years
thing
back.
she liked you back.
I know. Just made that commitment. I was like, I'm just gonna go steady forever, I suppose.
I suppose.
I just put a ring on that. The story seems more well-rounded this way.
Anyway, thank you so much for being
Thank
on the
you.
show. But before you go, we're not going to let you off so easily because we're going to go to our spin the bottle truth or dare round
Oh God.
first. The funnest part of this whole series.
Okay, I'm
All
excited.
right, let's get to it. We have especially made this beautiful concoction for you. Let me tell you what's in it. Some sushi soy sauce, some wasabi, almond paste, and Chinese herbal tea.
And it somehow looks like a latte.
And it's probably delicious.
How'd you get this like, oh, the almond
Oh, I can
paste.
smell it from here. Whew.
Yeah, I don't need
Yeah,
to taste
I didn't make this drink, but whoever did is not nice.
I just put it on my lips and it just tastes horrible.
What does it taste
Sounds
like?
horrible.
So if you choose later not to answer the question that you spin the bottle to, you have to finish this drink.
Finish it. Completely.
Maybe like majority?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough?
All right.
All right, spin away. What do you not want the most?
I don't know.
What do you want the most?
X's? I think that's one.
Sounds...
Ah,
rather?
what would you rather?
I was like, dang, that was good.
I mean, could you imagine? Okay.
All right. If you star in a porno, which celebrity would you cast as your partner and why?
I'm definitely into Korean dramas. Sorry. You thought I was going the porn direction. No, I'm definitely into Korean dramas. I don't know.
Direction.
Like, so maybe I would choose an Asian celebrity
Okay, we're narrowing it down.
to a Korean star.
Do you have a name?
I do, but I don't want to butcher it, so I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, Mo Shin.
My name.
Oh.
Yes, the new actress
She's
that's
pretty hot. Yeah,
yeah,
I kind
she's-
of like her too.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay, and she has
That
a
would
good
be
body
it.
too.
Yeah.
I feel like this was too easy for you.
I mean, I could definitely, like, that would be.
I feel like that's a respectable choice.
I think so. I feel like people wouldn't question that taste. You know. Sorry, what was the second part of that question?
It's okay, you already
Oh,
kind of
that's it?
answered it.
That was.
It was
fun.
why, but he said because he watches Korean dramas.
Right. Also, because she's hot.
Okay.
Right. I feel like that would be.
It's too easy. I'm mad. Did I fall? Okay, so I was scared it would fall into the water.
we don't want to be
and
that
then I
guy.
would have to go down and pick it up.
We definitely don't want to be that person.
Just wanted a dramatic effect.
Makes
All right.
sense.
Final question is, when was the last time you said I love you to someone? Who was that person?
Last time, like the most recent
Yeah,
time.
the most recent one.
This morning to my wife.
Aww.
Aww.
Is it true? Is he lying? Just
I
trying to
say
look good on camera?
I say it every morning, every night. I have to.
Aw, I have to. I'm sure
It's
you
part of
do.
it becomes slightly routine, but at the same time you mean it every
Yeah.
single time you say it. And also,
Yeah.
like, I never want to, like, if I don't see them that day and I didn't say it and then something happened, I don't want to, like, have that regret.
You do have those
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of things that you think about.
It's something that I definitely keep in mind
Yeah.
every single time I go out.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the show. It was a great episode, and thank you all for watching Love Matters with Grace and Derek today. See you guys next time. Bye.
How much you think these boats cost?
I was in the theater. I forgot to turn off the ringer. And I remember there was a good number of rows back. They were like, woo!
Tinker's calling.
Yeah, exactly. Describe the first time you tried oral. Honestly, I got it too late. You know what I mean? Like, should have been earlier. Kids are doing this young.